Older and Dumber. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Older and Dumber, the podcast about three dumb friends and one who's just not ready, trying to make it on this planet we call Earth. Hey, guys, what is up today? As the two of you have noticed, you did not get topics.
Yeah,
we did not.
Because you're burned out.
His chat GPT login didn't work this morning. I'm joking. You know, it's too good of a bit.
How about you start coming to the podcast with some topics, huh? Anyway, this week, instead of having a long form discussion topic about something, I have a couple of things that are in the news and media.
This guy just wants to riff.
News and media that I wanted to bring up and get your guys' opinions on, or to talk about, and that kind of thing. And then if it jogs any of your guys' memories to bring up something that's new and potentially coming up, or something you want to talk about, then let's do that. So first thing I want to bring up is, here, let me get my little list back out so I can decide which one I want to talk about first. Pretty sure I know which one I want to talk about first.
I want to talk about a video game.
I want to talk about me. I want to talk about number one. Oh, my, me, my. Want to thank, want to love. Demicud.
What do you think?
So, first thing I want to talk about is Murderbot. Mm-hmm. Have you guys heard of Murderbot?
I've heard about FunnyBot.
What's FunnyBot?
Is Murderbot?
I am FunnyBot. Remember, it's from South Park.
It is. I do remember that now.
It tells bad jokes, and then Jimmy's mad.
Wasn't he dressed as Osmo 3000?
No.
That's not that?
No.
He did do a different bot thing, didn't he?
It wasn't Cartman.
Who was it?
It was FunnyBot.
FunnyBot.
It was an actual robot comedian.
Uh-huh.
And it was taking
Park?
comedians' jobs.
I do.
You got to get to they took our jobs.
Oh, I remember now. Oh, that was good shit. I do like that. You don't know. So no. The answer is no over here.
Drones.
Have you?
Is that what you're talking
No.
about?
Stop. I'm going to Carter. Murderbot. Have you heard of Murderbot? You were about to ask a question.
Nope.
You were like, "Is it a?" And then Joey talked about FunnyBot.
Does it kill people?
Yeah.
Is it like legal killing? Is it like the pods you get into when you're old and you
like
die?
from Futurama?
Interesting.
Because those are legal in Sweden now. Don't ask me how I know.
So anyway,
is that what you're talking about?
May, I'll ask you, do you know what Murderbot is? And then you can tell us when you're editing this, or put it in the notes, whatever. So Murderbot is a new show coming out on Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Yeah. Which Apple TV has kind of been putting out a couple of bangers lately.
I have a free subscription. I've never used to that.
Do you really? That's cool. Murderbot. So it's set in a futuristic world where there's robots.
Oh.
But essentially,
this one breaks the three laws of robotics.
So the whole world has gotten to a point where security is designated through security bots. They're all in the world has security bots, and the security bots have been getting upgraded over the years and blah blah blah. So they've gotten better, But there's this one security bot who still kind of doing his job, but he has hacked into his own programming and given himself like free will, so he can think and act as much as he'd like. Except he specifically is like, I can't let the humans know. All humans are stupid. Why do they? All the humans are stupid. I don't even understand how they can exist. But anyway, it continues on. The trailer is sort of him talking about that, and then there's this council of people, and they're talking about a problem that we can't send anybody. We need something that can go and protect the people and make sure that the mission goes without a hitch. And they're looking at this is the brand new model of the security robot, blah, blah, blah. And they're thinking about it, and they go, and the head lady's like, well, how much is that going to cost us? That's going to cost us a lot, blah, blah. And she goes, what about the one standing behind it? And they're like, what are you talking about? The one standing right there, the older whatever model. Yeah. How much would that cost us? Oh, well, it wouldn't really cost us anything. Well, let's go with that one. This thing that's supposed to help humanity, let's send the lesser priced option. So they send the robot that we're following, and he goes on this mission with the people, and he's just watching them. And he's like, so there's this scene where the two people are like hundreds of feet, maybe even like 500 or so feet away from him, talking, and they go, he can, they're whispering, he can hear us. No, he can't. He's way too far. And then it goes to him, and he's like, I could hear them, but I didn't care because I was watching another 1,000 hours worth of human media and content. I have absorbed so much human content, and he's watching like Netflix and Hulu while he's supposed to be protecting these people. But then it shows some action where someone comes out and he goes up there and he protects them, blah, blah, blah. And then come to find out his helmet can come off and he's a person under there. And it's like replicant. And the people start talking about how they were able to, he was like, I thought he was acting weird. So I went into his firmware and he calls himself Murderbot. And they're like, you call yourself Murderbot? We can't have it around here. He calls himself Murderbot. He's going to murder us. So everyone's like freaking out. And then one of the guys is like, hi, Murderbot. Don't talk to him like he's your friend. Well, that's what he calls himself. I didn't want to be disrespectful. So that's the trailer is talking about how he's Murderbot and has free will and doesn't care about humans, but for some reason is still protecting these people. And like the people are like, he's going through something. We need to help him through to make sure he doesn't want to kill us all. And like, so that's the trailer. So I thought it seemed pretty cool. And it's like they're on like not a deserted island, but they're like on an outpost and there's nothing around but freaking creatures that want to kill them and stuff like that. So I wanted to get what you guys thought about that.
What are they doing at the outpost? That's so important.
That's the thing in the trailer. It didn't say. It didn't say what they were doing out there, but it seemed like they were maybe finding a new place for people to live. I think is what it looked like.
Fucking humanity, man.
I think it sounds cool. I think I'm kind of burnt out on sci-fi shows. I
Is
think it sounds
Daredevil
cool,
not
though.
science fiction?
No, I'm just like kind of yearning for a fantasy TV show, like a good one.
The Dungeons and Dragons TV show is supposed to be in development right now.
I'll watch
Is
it when
that
I'm
how they're
fucking
gonna
30.
do a sequel to the movie because they can't get enough money to make another one, even though it was the first good movie that they had made?
That sounds
I don't
interesting.
know.
That sounds interesting, then.
Who
But
is this murder bot played
That's
by?
a great question. I was waiting for someone to ask. I was going to go ahead and pull it up and show
Why
you.
couldn't they just leave him a robot?
No, he is a robot. He is a robot.
No,
but
he's
the
a
older
person.
models were like replicant types. They made them look like
I
people.
know what you're saying. They should have made him look like a robot. That's what I'm saying.
So Alexander
Skarsgård?
Skarsgård plays Murderbot.
You know who
And
that
then-
is? That's Eric from True Blood.
Oh. And then
You
David
never watched True Blood. I bet
I've seen True
this
Blood.
is one that he'll know. He was one of the soldiers in the movie Battleship.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know.
With Rihanna?
I've seen True Blood. I know True Blood. But it also has David I can't say his last name, but he's Mr. 3 in the new season of One Piece. But yeah, like here, like just before I went over to this, you can kind of see the trailer here. So that's what he usually looks like. He's got this like out. You can put a picture of him
Looks
up
like
in his robot form, May.
Madarachia.
Yeah, right? Like he's got a crazy look to him. But then like his mask comes off and you can see that he's a person. They're like, what the heck? But it's based off of a book, which is pretty cool.
What book?
Murderbot.
Murderbot.
Oh, crazy.
Or no, sorry. All Systems Red is the original book. My bad.
I like
Sorry.
that title better.
All Systems
That
Red.
doesn't really grab for a TV show.
Like Murderbot, yeah. But yeah, like I watched the trailer and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks hysterical.
You said the title, and I was like, oh, they're gonna figure out that he's been doing his thing, and then he's gonna kill people and have to hide it. So I got a completely different idea of what this show was gonna be.
Well, that's another thing. It doesn't really talk about what it's. You don't know. Maybe he is murdering a bunch of people. The trailer was very much like just trying to tell you about who this guy was. So there is one funny scene in the trailer where he does shoot something, and David's character is like, "You almost killed me. You could have killed me, but I didn't. So everything kind of worked out, didn't it?" It was a calculated risk.
What about Oblivion remake?
I did hear about that.
What do you think? Why do you think
Modders
it's
have
done?
already done it.
Skyrim can get fucking... No, they haven't yet. They haven't finished
Yeah,
it.
they were already working on it. So fucking Todd probably just stole their work. He's
No,
like,
this
let me
looks-
copy
I'm sure he
your
paid
homework.
him.
No. The mod was just gonna be like updated graphics and stuff. This is a remake, so the combat system is different and like.
Yeah, I heard they're also
Why don't they just give me Elder Scrolls?
remaking Fallout
6
3.
already?
Why don't they remake Fallout 1 and 2? And
What, like Fallout 3 and 4?
Yeah.
That?
They're different.
Kinda-
They're two different experiences.
I mean, it would be
you
cool.
can't. You don't think it's possible?
It's a
What if they make
part
new
of what makes
Fallouts
those
based in
two
that time?
games. Sure, that's fine, but they don't ever go back.
Right.
They only go forward.
But it would be cool if they did.
Um,
Be cool if you did.
part of what makes those two Fallouts work the way they do is how they're presented. They're huge. Like, we're talking not just like Los Angeles, the Boneyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the whole state of California. It's like all the way over into Colorado.
Mm.
The entire West Coast over. Like
Right.
that whole thing is the map.
Right. And it's a lot of
Yeah.
as you go into each place.
So if you rebuild that in like a 3D engine,
You don't think it would work? It'd be huge.
It'd be
It'd be
huge.
It'd be like Red Dead,
bigger
I
than
feel like
Red
it'd be
Dead.
bigger than Red Dead.
probably.
What's
the biggest
current,
map
Yeah,
we have?
I literally was about to say, what's the current biggest
Changes
game
every.
map?
Yeah, I've been behind.
You know
for a
what's funny?
while.
I think it's an Assassin's Creed game is the biggest map right now. That, again, we gotta look it up, but I think it might be.
It's not Shadows because that's
No, it's
set in
not
Japan.
Shadows.
That's smaller than Red Dead's map.
It's not Shadows. I know it's not that. It's something though. We'll have to look it up.
Gargura.
No, that's a cool.
Okay.
You know what's funny is I feel like when we started this, Carter was like, "I don't want to talk about video games," and then
I
immediately.
said
I won.
he said he had.
Oh, he did. I thought he said he
Oblivion,
didn't.
the
It was
remake.
Oblivion.
I thought he was like, "I don't want to talk about video games."
No, he didn't say that.
Well, actually, because you now bring up a video game, I do have my next topic on here. Have you guys heard of Marathon?
No.
I know you haven't. I asked you the other night, but Carter, have you heard of
Yeah, it's the
Marathon?
Bethesda game.
Nope.
Sorry, it's the Bungie game.
It is a Bungie game. It is
It's
the new
the looter
Bungie.
shooter.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
Escape from Tarkov,
Extraction.
but in space. Yeah.
Yeah, it's space, it's sci-fi. Yeah.
It's the
So it's the
extraction
new-
shooter.
Yes, it's
Like
the new
Escape from
Bungie's
Tarkov.
extraction shooter.
$70 for it. And
They are still talking about what the price will be, but they don't want it to be. They don't want it to be a $70 game.
I
They've
talked about this game like forever ago when they first started talking about it when we were still playing Destiny 2.
That was years ago.
so this
then,
game
brother.
Marathon has been stuck in development hell.
No,
for
it's
no,
not
no.
been in development for 5
Marathon
years.
is a game that existed before. Like, there's a version of it that's like in Doom style. So they are now making a new, like, AAA version title of it, Marathon. That is now like in our era of gaming, and it's an extraction shooter. You take a team of 3, and essentially you are so it's super cyberpunk, super like ahead of the far in time. I believe you either get to pick through characters or customize your character, one or the other. But essentially, you are mercenaries that get hired to go down to this planet. I forget what it's called. You're going.
Marathon?
No. The planet's like Telio fucking Saren 7 or something.
Typical
So
Bungie
I
bullshit.
think technically Starfield is like the biggest right now.
Well, the No Man's Sky is actually the
Well,
biggest.
yeah, No
because
Man's
that's
Sky.
a
Yeah, you
No,
can't
no,
use
No Man's Sky is the top of this
you
list,
can't
but I don't
use-
count top of this list.
procedural generated maps
Okay,
because
then
those
let
are
me
infinite.
Keep
Yeah.
looking here.
So anyway, so you're a team of 3 mercenaries, and you're dropping down into this onto this planet that it was a new world that humankind had, not colonized,
Fucking humans.
created civilization, blah blah blah. We were there, but then everyone on the planet mysteriously disappeared, and nobody knows why. So ever since then, they've been sending down teams of mercenaries, like companies, send down mercenaries to retrieve as much of the tech from that civilization had and bring it back. So your goal with you and a team of 2 other friends, you go down to the planet and you're facing off against, I think they said 8 to 12 other teams,
Elder Scrolls
and you're
Online.
looting as much as you can and trying to extract back without dying. And when you go in and you bring stuff back, you can use that stuff the next time you go in or leave it back, whatever. Now, if you die while you're down there, you lose all the stuff you grabbed.
Like
but
an
you
extraction
still,
shooter.
but you still get to level up, they said. So there's still like abilities you get to gain by going in and getting experience, because your bodies, when you go down, are just shells of your consciousness. Well, I think they're clones of your body,
They
so
put
you still
into a murder
exist.
bot. Oh, they took
But-
Helldivers too.
But there's this other, because there's a big story to it too. That's what the trailer recently just revealed, the cinematic one. There's this whole story, like I said, the people disappeared on the planet for mysterious ways. But
Probably that thing from
each
Dead Space.
time a person goes to go on a mission, they go through this sort of debrief area where they're talking to this like Cortana-like voice. And the Cortana-like voice is like showing them memories and pictures and like, do you know who this is? Yeah, this is my blah, 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 blah. But every single one of them gets the last picture and they go, do you know who this is? No, I don't know who this kid is. And they're like, it's you. That's me? Huh. And then they just sort of like put it back. And so it's interesting. There's like this story behind it all that is like hidden in mystery right now. But it seems pretty cool.
Enigma wrapped inside a question.
But the design of the characters and stuff is so cool. Like it's very Cyberpunk 2077 like character design. It's really cool. But yeah, you like make teams of 3 and you jump down and you go at it, bruh.
You go at it, bro.
You go at it, bruh.
So you're not a Russian in like destroyed Russia trying to get supplies for your shelter.
That's Tarkov?
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's not that game, no. They are completely different name games. But there has been a lot of news about it lately because, people are really excited about the game. And, everyone's like, oh, is Bungie going to be able to do another 3-peat on successful video games and blah, 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 blah.
Fuck Destiny.
Okay. May just instantly went, you shut your mouth.
No, she'll agree with me.
She loves Destiny.
It's trash now.
Well, it doesn't exist anymore, so.
It's been trash for a while.
But yeah, so there's a lot of like articles and stuff right now talking about is Bungie going to be able to do a 3-peat and do another, third successful game in a row. And, and again, the whole price point thing, we don't want it to be a $70, $80 game, but we want to make sure it's going to be a good price point. And I'm hoping it's going to be like 50.
These tariffs on our
40.
digital games.
That's
We got
what
to
they're
make
gonna
it
say,
$100
Yeah.
because of these tariffs on our digital games.
Yeah, that would be wild.
The
I
tariffs
would hate
get
that.
canceled to that country, and they're like, well, that's the market now.
Gosh.
It's got to stay that way.
What about this new Cowboy Bebop show by the same creator?
Oh, I was telling you about it.
Yeah,
I was
where
telling you about it
he
already.
escapes from
Lazarus.
Lazarus.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was telling you about it.
It's
He says
for-
Cowboy Bebop because it looks like
No, it's made by the same person.
the design and the design and art style are like the exact same. It's not set in the Cowboy Bebop world,
right.
though.
It's
Yeah.
from some of the same people who did Cowboy Bebop.
Even the intro is like almost exactly the same. But yeah, I've
And
seen
it's
it. I
being
think it looks good.
Choreographed by the people who did John Wick, I think, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks cool. I literally was just telling Joey about it the other day.
Oh, by the way, ESO is the biggest map. Elder
There you
Scrolls Online.
Interesting.
Now, put that next to a map of the United States and tell me how big it is.
That's a great question. Do that.
No,
He just says no.
I'm not doing it.
Does
Guys-
ESO really count though? Because you have to travel between different areas and portals. You can't just walk to the
Oh,
other
it's
kingdom.
not. It's not open. True
Oh,
open
right,
world.
it's
Yeah,
not-
it's not true open
It's
world.
not true open. Oh, here, let me refine my search parameters.
Let me continue my search parameters. So Lazarus, the show that Carter was just talking about, we had talked about it the other day. I think Carter's searching too much to talk about
They're
what the
all.
show is.
No, you told me they're.
I did.
all-
Yeah, go ahead.
They're genetic freaks, and they got to find out why they're dying because they took too many drugs.
That was almost right in some ways. Where'd the genetic freaks part come
Because
from?
they're all like stacked because they get to work out all the time on their drugs.
No. What is that part? No. So a guy, a very, smart genius scientist.
Very smart genius scientist makes a super
Created
drug
a
that
drug.
cures all ailments. And
Yes, cures
everyone
everything.
in the world takes it, and they're like, "Life's great." And then he's like, "You've got a year to live, assholes. Come find my antidote if you can. This is like Ready Player One, but for your lives."
I don't know how it's Ready Player One, but that is the
they're
correct.
searching for a fucking key in that too.
Yeah, but he wasn't trying to kill everybody in the world. He was a good
trying
guy.
to make one person rich. This guy's trying to make
Someone who
This
deserved
guy's
it.
trying to enrich the lives of everyone by making them play the ultimate game of Saw.
Except there's no torture. It's just find me.
I think it's Daggerfall. The second
Daggerfall.
Elder Scrolls game.
That's-
52,000 miles.
Another
True open world,
portion of
52,000
ESO.
miles.
Daggerfall is another portion of ESO.
What's it got?
Daggerfall is the game.
Seas that
Right,
you
but it's a
cross?
season in ESO. Like it was
No,
it was another disc you could buy for more worlds in ESO.
It was, but
Guys,
also,
in the comments.
it was its own game. It was the second.
Tell us what the
It was
biggest
the second
open
Elder
world.
Scrolls game.
When did it come out?
1996.
Was it isometric?
It was 3D technically,
3D technically,
but it was mostly empty.
it's like Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's still like nowadays you could probably fill, like, someone could fill that.
When it's 8-bit, you can stretch it real far. Well, so Lazarus. That's actually a pretty good show coming out. That's pretty
I
exciting.
was trying to figure out the Lazarus connection, like what, because there was a bunch of hype around it for something with John Wick, I think, and also Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And also Mappa is animating it.
Of course, Mop is animating. it.
So here's another thing I wanted to bring up: a video game that looked straight up Joey's alley. Have you heard of Hell Express?
No.
No? Have you heard of Hell Express? No? So you guys have to look it up, watch the trailer. So what it is you are this girl who has
I hate
joined...
it already.
Whoa. Whoa! Sexist! Get him! So you're this girl who joins so when you hear it, it sounds like limo service, but it's actually limbo service, where she's a part of a company that
puts it out.
delivers messages and packages to people in the afterworld and back. So their company is able to pass through, death and living, and you have to deliver stuff. But in order to go deliver these things, you have to survive all the way across as well. So you're having to fight, maybe hordes of zombies or ghosts or all kinds of stuff. But you remember Hades?
Yeah.
It's a top-down kind of like that.
Isometric.
Yes, isometric.
Roguelike.
Roguelike, yes. Roguelike top-down.
Yeah.
But you're
up.
going through hell, essentially, and like purgatory to go deliver packages to ghosts.
Well, you know what they say. Sometimes you got to go through hell to get to heaven.
But it so looked up your alley because, like, one, the game looked really good for being just like a top, like it's just as good as like Hades kind of looked, but like the character designs were really fun, and I thought the whole idea of fighting through hell just to make sure this dead person gets their package.
Sounds like, work simulator.
It almost is like a more simple, action-packed version of Death Stranding. Instead of the first 12 hours of Death Stranding being FedEx Simulator and trying to not fall over, you actually deliver packages and shoot
I finally got
zombies.
my motorcycle, and then you launch it off a
Oh,
cliff.
yeah, and then it's gone forever until you can fix it. Oh, I hated that. Restart the game at that point. But yeah, Hell Express. You should look up the trailer. It looks good.
Hello Espresso.
Guys,
And then I had one last thing.
Gargura's graduating.
Gargura?
Retiring.
Graduating.
Yeah, retiring.
That's not what it is.
She retired from her company.
That's called a graduation in the VTuber community.
Right, where they retire.
Yeah.
They graduate. And now she's going to be
They go to a farm upstate.
Now she's going to be a what?
indie.
What's that?
She's
It's
not
a
going to be...
VTuber that isn't owned by a company.
Because over in Japan,
Like Pipkin Pippa.
they
No,
hired
just
like
kidding.
a bunch of people.
She's in a company.
Wait, the VTubers are part of companies?
Yeah. They're
They aren't
produced by Japan.
individuals?
They're all industry plants from Japan.
What?
Hate to break this to you.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'm not a VTuber guy, so
Gargura-
I don't know.
Who's the little shark girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. She works for a company called HoloLive with like 10 other VTubers, and she was like one of their starting characters.
Lineups.
Okay.
And after I think this
Her
is her fourth or
contract
fifth year.
probably is up at this point.
Yep.
So she's going to graduate.
And the character's going away forever. 'Cause
Do they get
the
to still
company-
use it as
the
an individual,
company
or they have to
owns
make a
the
new
character, but the character goes away once they graduate.
So this indie will have to make a new character now. Gotcha.
But it's
They-
pretty big. So like Gargura is like the biggest.
I thought Pipkin Picka was the
No.
biggest because it's
That's
the
Joey's.
only one you mentioned. So
It's Joey's.
it's the only one I really know.
Gargura is the only one I've heard of before Pipkin Pipka came into our lives.
Pipkin Pippa.
Shy Lily,
Who's Shy Lily?
I know Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse.
Who's Iron Mouse?
She's like VTuber.
I understand
Project
that these are all
Melody.
VTubers. You don't have to tell me that part.
May pop them up.
I think Iron Mouse is probably.
May's like, who am I looking for?
I think Iron Mouse is the one that's most interacted with American like streamer culture right now
Yeah.
because she
She's
does it
been
with
on
Connor VO
Nux's
and like
show, and
Ludwig
she's been on
stuff,
Connor's stuff.
streamer awards.
I didn't know that. That was cool news you brought, Joey.
I'm glad I could do something. It's been like the top trending thing on social media for like the last.
Yeah, I was
days.
thinking about
Well, for
sending you.
VTubers,
No,
the VTuber community.
top trending on Twitter above everything else.
Well, Twitter is just VTubers and porn at this point. So
Oh boy.
It is called X
No,
now.
I was talking about Twitter.
It's not what it's called, Joey. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know. I thought that all VTubers were like individuals and they just got famous.
No.
I didn't know they were all part of a company.
no, Japan
Industry
likes to,
plants,
you
you
know.
said. Stupid. They're all industry plants.
They are.
It's all they're all trying to corrupt our kids here in America.
Have you seen Joey since he started watching Pipkin Pipka?
Yeah, he seems better. He seems great. Seems happier in his life. Seems like a whole new guy.
I've been watching this YouTube series by Ludwig where they drive with no map and no phone from one tip of Japan to the other on motorcycles.
Ludwig, next IRL streamer to go to a foreign prison.
No, it was pretty wholesome.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't do anything
Okay.
disrespectful. They're just driving motorcycles.
I'm so happy to watch some of these guys
He's
just
so
getting demolished, though.
It was with Michael Reeves,
Yeah.
my boy.
Superman?
No, Michael Reeves does all
That's
the
Christopher Reeves.
Michael Reeves does all the like crazy inventions on
Besides
YouTube.
his
I've
son.
sent them a few times.
Is that the guy who made the real Thor hammer?
No, he's the guy who made the surgical robot that reacts to his hand.
Oh, that I don't know.
I sent it
Did
You
you?
never watched it?
forever ago. It was in
I don't know
COVID.
if I know that. Oh my god. This guy
It was
talking
forever
about
ago. 5 years.
Yeah. Like, oh man, how did I not remember that?
Michael Reeves is pretty famous. I thought you would know. He made.
I thought he was Superman's son.
He made the fucking piss robot dog. He had a dog, one of the walking Boston Boston Dynamic dogs, and he made the beer dispenser for it. That it would just like
And walk
piss
up and
beer,
piss in
in your cup. Yeah, it would lift its leg and piss beer into your cup.
That's insane.
He does like that sort of YouTube videos where he like makes a bunch of crazy like he's like a mad scientist.
That's why. Speaking of robots, have you seen NVIDIA's robot that they built?
No.
NVIDIA built a robot, and it's like completely like autonomous.
The is that the
He looks like a Star Wars droid.
the Osimo?
No, it's not the Osmo. No, but he looks like a little Star Wars droid. Like he kind of looks like Cal Kestis. He kind of looks like BD1, but like bigger.
What's it do?
But he like talks to you. You know, it was cool. They
Does
did a
it
whole.
shoot drugs into me like Cal Kestis.
If you need it to, I guess. I don't know. But they did a whole showcase, and the video was like, it's our brand new, you know, processors and
BD69.
BD69. Why?
Shoot me up. I need my stuff.
But dude, it like talks and it's all happy and yips and
Yip,
yip.
Oh,
It was
it's like a dog for people who can't have dogs.
Kinda. He was like, walk over here. We're gonna do this thing. Let's go out to lunch. You know, like just talking to him, and he's like, well, what do you think of everything going on? And it was pretty cool, man. But NVIDIA showed off a robot that they made with their new like processors and stuff. And it was pretty like cool, man.
I love that they're using my taxpayer dollars to make companion bots.
You think NVIDIA is using your taxpayer dollars? NVIDIA, the computer company.
What do you think the tariffs are going to be like on those?
I don't know. Maybe they made the one and they're like, ooh,
We
can't
were
do this
never
again.
gonna buy them anyways.
They're not for buying. They're
Plus,
for
they don't even
humani-
have the
they're for
3 laws
humanity.
of fucking
Yeah, do they have
robotics
the
yet.
3 laws of robotics?
I love that no matter what, when we finally get robots, people are only going to care about the 3 laws of robotics.
Yeah, and if you can
they're
have-
like, but does it have the 3 laws of robotics?
The 3 laws of robotics. Can you have sex with it? Is it better than me at video games?
I'm so glad that you have your priorities straight on the whole robots when they come to our lives. I'm so glad that you've got that straight.
I'm
ready.
gonna make sure I have a
actually,
storage unit with a motorcycle and a
it's
fresh
not-
pair of
it's
Converses
not.
whenever they're around.
It's not. Is it better than me at video games? It's can it do the dishes?
I see. Maybe it's just like Rodney's dad, and he is a dishwasher.
Rodney?
From
Wow.
You mean the
Robots.
movie Robots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, I know who Ewan McGregor played in.
Come
Robots. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I haven't heard that name.
He played Obi-Wan
long
Kenobi
time.
in Robots.
Long time.
And he's like, these are the droids I've been looking for.
Someone's gotta fix these droids.
Don't.
Oh,
I have the high ground.
how funny would it have been if they did get him to say, like,
it would've
I have
been-
the high ground?
They dropped. That culture's completely different now than it was back then. Like those people just sat down and they wrote like a very workable script for a robot movie that was wholesome and like it's dad reconnecting with his son or whatever and him trying to be successful. Nowadays it would just be like fucking one-liners and like guys looking at the camera like
Yeah, how many times can we stick these one-liners in here? How many times can we say skibbity toilet and people still laugh? That's awful. Isn't this, man, it sucks that someday that's a movie we're going to get.
Oh yeah, you're not ready for the Skibbity Toilet movie?
We already had our generation of that movie happen already. We had an
What?
emoji movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart was.
I'm
in
glad
movie, by
that
the way.
died
Patrick-
really
Sir
fast,
Patrick
though.
Stewart was in that movie.
Like, I'm glad, like, I didn't even watch that movie, and I feel like it went by
I feel
really
like that
fast.
would be one that was up your alley.
No, bro,
It was
come
the best
on.
movie ever. Boss Baby.
Boss Baby was hysterical. I did like Boss Baby. I thought that
I
was
heard
funny.
Boss Baby shot a man in the face.
Whoa, Joey. That animated baby didn't shoot anybody. That movie is pretty funny. Last thing is Star Wars Day is in 2 days.
Oh my God!
Now,
I
of
thought
course-
it was May the 4th be with you.
Star Wars Celebration. Sorry,
Oh,
not Star Wars. It's same
Can you
essentially.
get your fucking names right?
Well, it's essentially
Yeah,
the
do
same
some
thing.
research.
Oh, you guys.
Jesus Christ.
You guys are so dead. I hate you so much.
What is this mushroom town red?
Brushwick's hometown.
Everything you say is wrong and it pisses me off. So by the time this episode comes out, Star Wars Celebration will have already happened, and we'll already have heard whatever awesome news is coming.
When is Star
But
Wars
of course-
Celebration?
What is Star Wars Celebration?
When is?
In 2 days, April 19th. I probably should say the date, April 19th.
They're gonna talk about the new hot new Star Wars game that Hunter's super excited about because it's
They're going to talk about a bunch of stuff.
XCOM Kenobi.
What? They're going to talk about a bunch of things, first of all. So we're going to get,
They're not
stuff
gonna
about
talk
movies
about-
and shows.
They're not going to talk.
but we're gonna talk about
Ryan
the-
Johnson's trilogy. They're not going to talk about the Rey movie. They're not going to talk about Kathleen Kennedy.
So this is Joey's prediction. So in 2 days, if he's wrong, we got to get him.
They're probably going to announce Andor Season 2.
Announce it. The trailers are already out, brother. It's dropping that day.
Is there
isn't it?
trailers?
Yeah, I think it drops
I
on
don't
Star
think
Wars
there's trailers
Day.
for Andor
There
Season
is.
2.
Yeah, there's full trailers.
100%.
out.
There's
There
not full
is.
trailers
Yes,
for
there
Andor
is.
Season 2.
I actually think it drops the 19th
There's no way.
or this week.
Yes.
Skeleton Crew Season 2.
There hasn't been any rumors about Skeleton
What about
Crew
Ahsoka
stuff.
Season 2? Ahsoka Season 2.
Oh, you know what they are
I don't
gonna
think
talk
that I've heard
about?
anything about. So there's stuff about movies coming out, and there's some stuff about shows coming out. There's what is it? 4 to 5 different video game titles that are going to be talked about.
Honestly, just leave. I don't want to go in the past anymore for Star Wars. I just wish they would try to not do that.
The Acolyte has been brought back to life. By the way, if you didn't know that.
Dumpsters?
No, that there has been a complete rise of fans liking the show and wanting to see a season 2, so they're bringing it back.
What fans?
Hey, man, I'm just telling you what I've read.
If they bring the
Disney Plus has had
final nail in the coffin of Star Wars.
So Disney Plus has had an influx of people watching the show more and more and more. So they brought it back, with alongside like people wanting to petition to bring it back and blah blah blah, and the actors saying, we wanted to do a season 2. Like we
of course
had all
the
these
actors
things.
said I didn't want to lose my job.
Bro, they can get other jobs.
Not with these tariffs.
There's tariffs on actors now. Yeah, to fly them to location, it costs more.
Yep.
Oh man, stupid. But yeah, the Acolyte has been
They won't have
revived.
to do that because they've only ever shot a Star Wars show on the volume.
The Acolyte has been revived. We're getting a season 2 of that. And they're going to talk about the next Cal Kestis series game. They're going to talk about
Give us a TV show.
Cal Kestis?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I feel like I get more out of a video game than I will the 6 episodes they put out for Cal Kestis.
Pretty sure. What was the last Star Wars one? I feel like the Star Wars ones have been like 12.
No, they've been like 8 or 9.
They're usually 8.
Yeah, like 8 or 9.
Stupid.
Until they can start making shows again that are more than 10 to 12 episodes.
The production on these
Well,
shows
they're
are a
not
lot
going
better
to,
though than a
because-
lot of like the
Yeah,
22 episode
I rather
shows
would
you
have
to make
less
out.
production value and
Acolyte
more
season
episodes.
2.
I would rather have less production value and more episodes so that they can get the story right. I care more about the story than I do if that lightsaber is brighter than the other lightsaber, or if that blood looks a little bit more like blood. You know what I mean?
Oh no, the costumes for me.
Like, you know who did fantastic job at, effects like that? Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Those battles and stuff were amazing, and the budget was probably less than these shows are now. Just do that.
It's over.
You're a show.
Did you say you're a show? Is that what you just said?
You fucking heard me.
I don't know if I did hear him. But, but yeah, new Cal Kestis game. So there's another large single player game that has been really hush hush, but it's going to be announced the 19th as well. That is by the director of the Uncharted games. I think it might have been Half-Life as well. Either way, she's directed a lot of like award-winning video games. So that's going to be exciting to see what's in store for that. And then we also got the early announcement of Star Wars Zero Company, which Joey says is my XCOM Kenobi game. It is a tactics Star Wars game, which I think is going to be fun. But I love tactics games. So, and then there's 3 other games. One of them is supposed to be a game from
I don't even care if Cal Kestis gets its own full show. Just like put him in the
Put him
stuff.
in a show
Give
or
him
in
a
a
lights.
movie.
I just want to see him once. I just want to see him in live action.
You have seen him in live action.
Not really.
Cameron Montague is a real person.
No, I mean
They're gonna bring him in. They're gonna bring him in Acolyte season 2, so the stranger can kill him because he's such a badass.
No, Cal
tortured
Kestis
soul.
was post Clone Wars. Post.
Yeah, come
Fall
on,
of
man.
the
You don't even
Jedi.
know where the timeline is right
Neither
now?
do the people working on the Star Wars shows. So,
Damn, this guy.
What happened? I didn't finish the Acolyte. I watched 3 episodes.
yeah.
Well, we did an episode about it. You can go watch it.
Oh my God, get us out of here.
All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the OlderNDumber podcast. Podcast about 3 dumb friends just trying to make it on this planet we call
Earth.
Later.
Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, aka Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Deagle Eagle. We're
Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew, be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
So Dipshits mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of Older and Dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black. Now my stand. Fade to black.